Welcome back, everybody, to this week's episode of Embrace Your Uniqueness. This week, I want to take some time to talk about self-confidence and ways that we can avoid falling into traps of worry and build and strengthen the best version of ourselves. And that's going to shine through our ability to grow and to improve our self-confidence.
We have to become brave enough to challenge ourselves. We have to become bold when sharing our special story. We all have something special inside. Are we willing and able to make the stand and say, yes, this is the life that's worth fighting for?
I want to thank you all so much for tuning into this channel and supporting Embrace Your Uniqueness. You know, I started this channel not from a position of feeling that I know more than other people. I do not. I am a student of self-development. I am encouraging other people to grow and learn and accept themselves and to explore just how wonderful they are. And I'm just doing this channel to encourage you to become the best version of yourself. And I know from my own personal experience, the day that I started to take my personal journey seriously is when things really started to activate in my life. And when I really started to tap into more of a self-confident, self-love, and self-cared, self-aware lifestyle, which has brought to me to this point now in my life where I feel more in control. I feel like I have this wonderful place and I have a beautiful surroundings, and I'm involved in a world that I want, you know, and sometimes in my life, I was involved in a world that I would not be able to say that I wanted, you know. I was more just like weighed down by a lot of stuff, and worry and self-doubt and fear just were like so thick and heavy around me. And that broke my self-confidence down. And so today I wanted to talk about how we can build up our self-confidence. And it's almost very similar to working out. It's a muscle. You have to work at it and continue at it and practice at it and start where you can start. Like, don't overshoot it at the beginning, or else you'll be frustrated. You won't see the results. You don't just step outside one day and the world sees you as this beaming light of self-confidence and everything goes your way. It's not going to happen that way. But there's certain things we can do that we can allow ourselves to grow. And it's self-confidence is more about the relationship you have with yourself. The more that you start to re-believe in yourself and redevelop your relationship with yourself. And then you can take your self-confidence and you build it and you build it, and you know inside yourself that just where you're at and what you want and who you are, and you stand there in the world ready to take on all the challenges. And then next thing you know, the world will just respond to you in this way. And they're like, wow, that person carries a lot of self-confidence. And it starts with goals. And, you know, little things like being goal-oriented is so helpful with self-confidence. So the first thing I would suggest is start with a to-do list each day. Be able to cross off things off your to-do list and to achieve goals will start to make you feel just how empowered you are, and just how active you can be in a day, and how fulfilled you are, and like you have a stronger purpose. And by creating to-do lists, you probably will catch up on a lot of things that you've been ignoring over the time. So as you have that moment, whether it's the night before the day or that morning, taking that time to reflect on yourself and just write down some goals, knock things off throughout that day. And at the end of the day, you can look back at that list and see all that you accomplished. And over time, you're going to start to feel better about yourself. And with that, I think the second thing I would offer up is you want to celebrate yourself more. I think that is such a lost feeling in this world, is we don't take the time to understand just how much we've accomplished to get to this point today. You know, reflecting on your past, even the darkest days, the failures, quote unquote, you have to understand that you are still here and you're still going and you're still working and you're watching these videos. So obviously there's still a motor inside of you that's pushing you to say, yes, I want more. And so taking that time to celebrate what you've gone through, celebrate what you accomplish. And when you do these to-do lists and you live a goal-oriented life, when you cross off like certain achievements that are, you know, a little bit larger on that list, celebrate yourself, like give yourself some credit, because so many people out there in this world do not follow through on activities till the completion. And so many people leave things out there undone and not fully complete. So if you are able to take the control and take that effort and make sure you get to that finish line, give yourself some credit, because that's awesome and that you're really doing something well, and that will boost your self-confidence. Another thing, here we go, next point, exercise daily. That is a home run guaranteed to help build your self-confidence. 1, it's about routine. 2, it's about dedication towards yourself, strengthening your body, and having that strong mind, strong spirit, strong body connection just really pushes you up to feeling more capable, more loving of yourself, and just feeling you're really working towards being the best version of yourself. And that daily routine of working out, and it can be 30 minutes a day, can just change your whole perspective on your life. And it comes with just having to set yourself up with goals and watching your body respond and feeling that energy come out and releasing those endorphins that just allow you to feel more confident and happy. And it's a stress reliever, and you're responding better, you notice changes, and you truly start to feel more confident. You stand taller into the world, and you just say, wow, I'm really proud of myself. Now, you don't have to become this athletic bodybuilder type, obviously. Like, we don't all have to have that physique, and this isn't about perfection, and this isn't superficial. This isn't a layered on the outside feeling. This is more of inside you becoming stronger with your relationship to yourself. Make this about you and you. Do not make this about everyone else. The other people, they will let them be who they are and control what you can control. And if you're working out, doesn't matter when you start, how you start, what you start, just give it a go, and I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful rebuilding of the relationship you have with yourself. Now, another thing you can do, and something I just want to kind of touch on, is helping other people will help you build self-confidence. And that is an amazing way for you to tap into your surroundings. And knowing that you have enough self-love and self-understanding and self-acceptance to confidently give yourself to other people and make yourself available. And by helping other people, you will build your self-confidence, because it feels good to partake in the betterment of someone else. Understand that some people just need a little push and a little bit, just a little bit of a helping hand to get over something. And with all that's happening in the world right now, with these big crises, and people need help. And you can be on the positive side of helping people, breaking outside of your comfort zone, allowing someone else's energy into your world a little bit, and just being someone who is a part of the solution. And so, my final thing to help with self-confidence, and this one might throw people for a loop, but it's your relationship with saying no to certain activities that are just time drainers. Being able to limit the amount of time you watch TV, spend on social media, are pulled into activities that you're not passionate about, and they're just taking up time, and you feel like you're just saying yes to too many things. You are empowered to use no, and to say no, and to prioritize your time. And the amount of time, instead of binging on Netflix and catching up on these series that aren't going to impact your life, all that's doing is taking a huge chunk of your time, and you're avoiding, and you're falling into this trap of just like, I don't want to deal with the hardships of the world, and I'm just going to fall into a different world and just live someone else's experience, and that's through TV. And I understand that there is a lot of comfort when it comes to sitting on the couch, zoning out and numbing out, and just quieting the noises of the world through television. But we have to understand we can do so much if we're able to strengthen and to build and to work through these challenges. And life is so exciting as you take on the challenges. Like, let's not ask for things to be easy. Let's just ask ourselves to be a little bit better, and keep going and keep working together, and really discovering just how powerful we are as people. And I just want you to know, you can just limit yourself to watching maybe an hour of television or social media, and just limiting your exposure to it, and tapping into that world so you don't miss out on the conversations about all the hot cool shows or whatever's happening. But you can prioritize yourself, prioritize your family, prioritize your friendships, your community, the world around you, and just truly tap back into it. Getting back into nature, take a walk, slow down the world and just experience what you're a part of, because you are a part of such a beautiful life, and there's so much for you out there, and you can go after your goals just like anyone else can, because you have a special story inside of you and a gift to share. And I truly believe that for people, self-confidence is just a constant working relationship. It's not that you don't have it. It's just maybe you aren't spending enough quality time with building the blocks that strengthen the self-confidence that you have inside of you. And you don't want to live in a world where worry and stress and negative self-doubt takes over. And I'm not saying blindly live without worry, because we're going to all have worry, and we're always going to have the awareness of the negatives of the world, and we cannot just shun all that out and be like little positive bubbles, because that doesn't make sense. We can have worry on our plate, and we can have self-doubt on our plate, and we can have all those negative feelings, that fear, and we can take it all on. But if it doesn't overcome you, and you can realize, yes, I can have that, but I can look at this stuff and break it down and just know that it's not a solid truth if it's just one side of the story. And there is that self-confident, that positive, self-reliant answers inside of you. It's there for you. You can figure this out. And there's always learning. You can always learn. There's books on everything. There's YouTube videos on everything. And I say continue growing and learning, and find out the facts for yourself, and ask questions and find answers from real sources, and keep working towards that life and growing, and always keep working towards finding a solution to what pops up as negative worries. Because if it is an issue in your world, you can find solutions, and you can actually either you find the solution inside of you, or you reach out and find help to get the solutions to where you want to go. But anyway, I just want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you could like and subscribe, that would be so wonderful. I really love putting these together. I just hope that it reaches people in the right way. And like I said, I am in no way some master or some super ego-minded person who thinks that I know all the answers to life, because I truly don't. I'm just working through life and figuring things out as well. And I just wanted to start a conversation about embracing your uniqueness. And if we can keep that conversation going, and we can keep working towards finding solutions to help other people with self-development and seeing a better version of themselves, and just finding that power in self-love, self-understanding, self-acceptance, and that growth-minded mindset that I really believe will help you become the best version of yourself.